Now there's just so much to talk about with these new MOBIUZ monitors, this 27-inch beauty from BenQ. It's just so versatile. Of course, gaming is what it's all about, I guess. If I can just remember how to push that button. So yeah, everything looks really good. And you can see in the room that I'm using it in, I've got a little bit of light coming in from the side here, but it doesn't really create a reflection or anything. The screen is so anti-glare, and it actually adapts to the ambient light as well. These really are well-appointed monitors. If I just bring up the HDMI settings so we can change things slightly if we're watching movies or we're just using it as a computer monitor. At the moment, it's the gaming HDR that we like the best. That's BenQ's Intelligence HDR setting. Let's see if I can just jump across this gap. But of course, what's really exciting, if we stop playing Marvel's Avengers for just a moment, is it doesn't just come in a 27-inch model. Yep, that's right. It comes in a 32-inch as well. So yeah, as I say, there's an HDR mode for cinema. So I guess this can serve as your TV as well, especially by the time you're starting to get up to 32 inches. That's a big monitor. I would have showed you these monitors as a duplicate setup side by side, but I simply don't have the room to set them up anywhere. I don't even know if they fit on my dining table with a 27-inch and a 32-inch side by side. But anyway, I mean, enjoy that. It's looking pretty good, right? Now you can also hear it, of course. The speakers are probably the weak point of these monitors. I think BenQ are assuming that you've got a better sound system or you're going to be listening on headphones. They're fine, good stereo effects, they just don't go very loud. Should we have a look and see what's behind the screens? And when I say what's behind them, I don't mean the technology behind them, I mean what's actually behind them. Right, so here we have the back of the 27-inch MOBIUZ. Both monitors are set up pretty much the same way. So yeah, what I really like about this, how this all works, is the stand. It's a really durable, robust, sturdy, steady, solid stand. You don't feel like anything's going to tip over or anything like that. And of course, you've got the cable tidy hole here where you can just pass everything through to keep everything organised, which is great. You've got a reasonable amount of swivel on the stand, just like that, and yet everything's still secure. It feels nicely held in place. You can really tilt it because I can assure you on that big monitor, if you've got it up reasonably high at face level, you're going to want to tilt it down to face you, which is another thing that helps with any reflections or glare. And of course, yeah, like I say, you can have it low or you can have it up nice and high, and that range of height is much better than what I've found on many other monitors that I've used. If I had one little gripe, it is the connection department, the bay where you connect in your HDMI cables. There's a display port you can get in there, your audio jack. There's a USB-B, which basically, if you want to connect peripherals into the screen itself, and as you can see, there's quite a stack of USB slots there. If you can see that there, I'll just try and focus that a bit. There we go. Focus that a bit better. Yep. So yeah, you can actually plug in your dongles for your cordless mouse and keyboard and stuff like that. But you can see the problem, quite hard to get to. Now I get what they're trying to do here. There is a little, there's a little cover which goes over all this stuff to make it look all nice and tidy, right? That just clips on there. But Not quite sure why when it's at the back of the monitor, but you know, whatever. But yeah, it's really hard to get things plugged in and unplugged around there, especially once you've already got the monitor set up. And especially things like the DisplayPort cable, for example. I mean, these are high quality cables that BenQ supplies with the monitor itself. But in order to get that in there, you can see you've got to sort of really bend the cable. This is a big plug, and it's really tricky to get it in a position where you can actually get it in. And I'm not even sure I can do that, you know, while I'm filming. That's my only gripe with otherwise what is a couple of really high quality, amazing monitors.